Hey, welcome back you beats to another video here on the channel. How you all doing? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. We're back in Ark Survival 4 Genesis 2 and we are going to be showing you every creature possible on the new map. So these are all the new creatures. We're going to show you what every one of these unique creatures do. And if you want to know how to tame these, check out the channel. I'm going to have how-to playlists and I'm going to show you how to tame each one of these creatures as well. Noglin just licking my face right now. Very nice. Also, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like button and subscribe to become a human being. If you want to join the server that we're playing Genesis 2 on, link down below. You need Steam. And final thing is, if you want to support the servers, check out Patreon, link in the description. So let's go check out some of these creatures. So first of all, we've got ourselves the Maewing, which is basically a nanny for a passive creature. We're going to go into that in a second though. So let's have a look at its attacks first of all. First of all, it's got a left attack, which is a little bite. So a left click attack, which is a little bite. A right click attack, which is a belly flop, which is very awesome. And a C attack, which is a little chop. This guy can also fly. So if you jump and then double tap, you'll go into a glide, which then you're able to try and fly around. It's not really flying, is it? It is a glide. And eventually you'll go down and you can slide. So the faster you're going, the further that you slide. So if we do that, as you can see, we're sliding quite far now. You break through all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So this guy's quite fast for getting around. It takes a little while to get used to. It's sort of, think of Snow Owl and Griffin. You have to go up to come back down to get momentum. So you go up, but if you go too far up, you might fly, but then you can go back up again like this. And as you can see, you can stay up for quite a while if you get used to how this works. And if you hold right click while you're in the air, so the right click if you're on keyboard and mouse would be the right trigger if you're on PlayStation or Xbox, it'll go into this mode and it will slowly glide down, which is pretty cool. So it sort of keeps you in the air, but it just slowly glides you down, which is really nice. So this guy is great for getting around, and it's a pretty early tame. You can get the saddle for this guy super early on. And what sort of harvesting does it do? Or does it do any harvesting? It does. You can collect berries. So if you go up to a berry bush and you use your left click attack or your left trigger attack, you can see that we're collecting a bunch of berries. It can break down trees and all that, but you don't really get anything for it, so there's no point. And even the belly flop, if you was to do the belly flop attack, which is right click when you're on the floor, doesn't really do anything. What sort of damage does this guy do? Let's check it out then. We got some raptors over here. Let's see if we can do any damage to these. So we just slid right past them. We're gonna do a right click attack. This is a left click attack. This is 28 damage. It's a level 150. And if you do a right click, you do 70 odd damage, and also a blowback effect, which is pretty cool. So as you can see, we're just taking these guys on. It's not the strongest, but it's not meant to be a strong creature. But it can also harvest their bodies, which makes it pretty good. So you can harvest bodies with this, which is pretty decent. You're not going to kill much with this, but at least you can harvest a little amount with it. So that is the Maewing, but that's not its only abilities. It can look after your young, which is pretty cool. So let me just spawn in some young creatures right now. So we spawned in some baby dodos. Let me shut the Noglin down for a sec. We spawned in some baby dodos. As you can see, they're all there looking like cute little dodos. This guy can actually pick up to 3 babies. So if you go and hold down your action button, you can go pick up baby. As you can see, you can chuck them into the baskets. And you've got, oh, we have 3 dodos with us. 3 baby dodos in the baskets. And you can pick up any baby creature with that, and you can travel them around, which is great if you need to get them around. To remove them, you just hold it again, and you can remove passages, and you just remove the dodos, and they'll just jump out, which is pretty cool. Now, it can also do a nursing effect, so if you go here and you enable nursing, which basically turns this into a baby feeder, you could do that. Little milk starts spewing out of its nipples. It's really weird. But these dodos should now be getting food from this guy. As you can see, they've got a little trough symbol above their head, which means that they're getting food. Radius is quite decent. You don't actually show that, but the nursing range, as you can see, says 1,000. Now you do need to put stuff in here because it's going to take down the I think this works by the Maewing's food, so the Maewing's food will go down to feed other creatures, so you need to fill the Maewing's meter back up. So you just shove food in here. This is why you can have meat and berries in this inventory, because it will distribute that to the creatures that need it. So these dodos right now are currently being fed, which is great. Hey, I've just spawned in 5 babies that are not mine. I don't know if this is going to work, but it can steal enemies' babies. So here's the babies. Let's see if we can get this guy to draw them to him. I don't know if this is going to work because they're not actual babies. Let's see if we go close to them when it say we can pick them up and steal them. So if we go pick up, oh, you can steal Argus. So you go near them, and then you can bring up the radius, you go pick up baby, and you go and steal that baby, and it tames it as your own, which is amazing. So we're just going to grab that guy, And then pick up another one. Let's steal that RG. So there we go. We stole 3 RGs. Can we steal any more? We can steal 1 more. So you can pick up 4 babies if you're stealing. As you can see, we now got 4 babies that we stole. And you can drop all babies by clicking this one here. Blue. But as you can see, they're all our babies now because we robbed them, which is amazing. So that is the Maewing. I know that one was quite a long one, but that was a lot of detail for the Maewing, and that's how that works. I feel like the next one on our list should be the Noglin. So you can pick up the Noglin, and you can tame stuff. It controls creatures. And then you can do this by just running up to a creature. As you can see, that says friendly. You got little crosshairs while it's on your shoulder. You can find an enemy one. Obviously, it's tame, so we can't do that one. Let's find a wild creature. There we go. Got a wild creature. You can double tap F, and it will go and control it. And as you can see, we now got mind control for 5 minutes. This guy is our. As you can see, we got like 2 timers. You got one at the bottom, one at the top, and this is completely in our control. So we haven't tamed it, but it is completely in our control. Now, if you double tap F again, you'll cancel your taming, or you can stop using it. As you can see, the Noglin is still controlling it, but you're no longer using it, so you can run around. And this guy just carries on as normal, which is pretty cool. If you want to control it again or remove the Noglin, go up to the creature that you're currently controlling. You can repossess or you can remove Noglin. So if you click repossess, you then become active again. We're going to double tap F to stop. The double tap F is the button that you use to throw your shoulder pet, so whatever that is on controller. And then if you want to remove your Noglin, you can do like that, and this guy just dies. Wow, that was a lot of damage. So you can't keep it after it's deaded. Okay, after you've used it, you can't keep it. Now the Noglin, where did you go? There is another way to use the Noglin. So you can chuck it like I did, like that. Or you can control it yourself. So if you hold E on it, or just quickly press E, you can engage Brain Hunt. So now you're controlling the Noglin, which is insane. And as you can see, things are highlighted. You can run around in your Noglin to your enemy's base. You can control players. Obviously, we don't have any players to control, so we're just using it on creatures. You can also do a jump. So as you can see, trying to jump away. It'd be better downhill. You can do this jump to get away. We're being attacked by a direwolf by the looks of it. So you can jump to get away. I'm pretty sure you can jump at stuff as well. Once you found your target, right click to jump at it, and as you can see, you're mind controlling it now. Anything that you harvest with this as well will drop as a bag. And again, double F if you want to cancel your mind control, it will die. So you get this symbol to say that's a creature that your Noglin's controlled, because obviously you're going to get far away. Then if you remove your Noglin, once again, it will go into the die, it will go to repossess, but you can pick up the inventory of anything that you collected, as you can see, which is pretty cool. Get out of here. One last thing before we finish with the Noglin. If you don't want to be in this mode anymore, you sort of like you're in here and you can't use it anymore, you can double tap F to come out of it and you'll go back into your inventory. So just to go over them controls again, you can attack with the left click, you can jump, but to tame something you got to run after it, you got to see it. Once you got the green, you can jump at it and then you can control it. To get off it, you have to double tap F, go back over to the creature or the Megalosaurus, whatever, remove the Noglin or repossess. The creature will die once you take it off. Anything that you harvest would be in there, and you're pretty much done. That is the Noglin, okay? So you can either chuck it at it, something like that, that's close by, or you control it yourself and go tame stuff. Pretty cool. I know this video is going to be super long, but we're trying to do this in depth right now. So let's take a look at the VoidWym. So you can see how to tame this eventually, but for now, we'll just go and use this. So like any wyvern, you can fly. It's pretty fast. I mean, it might be faster than the vanilla wyverns, but I'm not 100% sure. You've got a left click attack, like that. You've got a right click attack, which is your breath. It's a little bit different to normal. As you can see, you can hold it. It's like lightning breath, and it takes down your stamina, but not as much as the lightning wyverns. And if you hold it, it keeps going. So it's not like where the lightning breath on the wyverns where it will eventually stop. You can just keep holding it down. And that's pretty much it. It's a wyvern. I mean, what more do you want from it? So damage right there for 150 was 100. We'll try and get up some of the stam. If you're flying around, you can still pick up with C just like a normal wyvern. As you can see, we're just flying around. You can do the C attack and you'll pick something up just like normal. So it's pretty much like a normal wyvern. It's just pretty cool. As you can see, we've got 3 bursts there. That's pretty cool. This does actually cause a little stun as well, as you can see. So on the floor, you do this, which is pretty cool. And it's causing a stun. There we go. There's the stun. As you can see, they're very slow. They've been stunned. And that's what this guy can do. So that's the wyvern. Just like a normal wyvern. Pretty cool. I would rate it. It's a little bit difficult to tame, though. If you want to know how to tame that, check out the videos on the channel. Again, so the AstroDelphis, now this is very unique and is awesome. So just like the Tropio, you need 2 items. You need to give it a grenade launcher, which is like the grenade, so you got the grenades, and a fuel, which in this case is element. Like the Tropio is just normal gasoline. This one is element. So you could just use it as normal. You could do a left click attack while you're riding it if you have no element. You can go up and down with the X and C on the keyboards. You can go up and down like that for quick up and down. But if you want the real fun, you want to turn this into a fighter jet. Press control on the keyboard, it activates the wings, and then all of a sudden you've got this super fast AstroDelphis that is a spaceship. Now in this mode you can press shift to get a speed boost, as you can see like that. You can press space, which does like this sort of, I think it's like a discharge attack, which I guess is like an EMP is what I'm trying to think of. So like a discharge that's like an EMP. You can still use your C and X, but C this time does like a little flippity flip, and X will do a quick turnaround. So it's like fighter jet controls at the moment. You can do a quick turnaround with that, or you can do loop-to-loop if someone's trying to follow you around and just spray them out. So that's what C and X do now. You've then got your main attack, so you can use space, like I said, to do your EMP. You've got a left click, which is the turrets of your gun, and a right click, which shoots the grenades that you've attached, and then big explosion. Pretty cool, but there's an extra thing to this, which you may not know about. So if we go back into fire jet mode, if you find something to kill, you actually get a buff every time you kill something, with a maximum of 3. So this Pteranodon right here. Oh yeah, as well, if you double tap left and right, you do a little spinny back and forth. But if you shoot this guy, now the dot on the outside that's moving, that is your mouse, and your shots will always go straight. So what you need to do is, if you're trying to shoot something, you need to line them shots up for it to hit. So let's try and kill this Pteranodon. So you see we're lining our shots up. It's done 100 damage. Another 100 damage. Oh, this guy must be a good level. Let's see if we can do any damage with the EMP. Nah, I think that's just to disable other crafts or other tech creatures. There we go. So we destroyed that guy, and it's leaving this little drop around. What you could do, if you fly through that, as you can see at the bottom, we've got a 60-second buff. Plus damage, plus defense, plus speed. Now if we find something else to shoot, we can find another flyer to shoot. Now we've got this buff. You'll see that we're actually doing double the amount of damage. As you can see, 200 damage now. This Rex stands no chance. Killed that Rex super easy, and that Rex has now dropped this. So if you collect another one, as you can see, it's still saying 30 odd seconds left, but now we've got max damage, max defense, and max speed. What does that mean? Well, this means now that we're going to do 300 damage a shot. And as you can see, we're just destroying. Now you can't collect any more in this stage, so if we destroy this real quick. I really like using these, they're so fun. As you can see, we go and buy it, but you can't actually pick it up. Grenade done 100 damage there. I mean, these guys are probably the worst to test it on. $700 damage on that guy. Absolutely destroying it. As you see, we still got 20 seconds left. Spray him out. You can try and collect it, but you don't actually get anything for it. These are mega fun to use. So that's your AstroDelphis. Once the timer runs out, you'll go down back to 200 damage, and then you'll go down to 100 damage again until you collect some more. So Pteranodons are just no match. Pteranodons are like a one-shot now. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. This guy's mega fun. Recommend using it. That's everything the AstroDelphis can do. Next up is the ShadowManes. First of all, let's have a look at difference. We've got a male on the right-hand side here with the mane, as you can see. Apart from the mane, nothing else is different between these two. The male does have some spikes on the back as well, but these are the differences between the two. That's pretty much it. Oh, it's also got the frills on the back of its legs. That's the difference between the male and female. The other differences between these two are the attacks. So if we jump on the male right now, as you can see, it's got 3 attacks. Okay, so let's talk about the ShadowMane's abilities. I've just leveled it up so we can, as you can see, there's a bar glowing at the bottom. Every kill that you get or every bit of damage you do, you get a little bit of progression to the bar at the bottom. Now, I believe that this does like a buff type thing where it does more damage. Now, there's quite a few buttons with the ShadowManes, and we'll look at the male first. So with the male, you can do the roar, which you all know of. Now the roar needs it needs to be next to a female, so it's mate boosted to do the roar. Now to do this, you can press X on the keyboard, and it's going to do this roar once it's mate boosted. And as you can see, everything's going to get a boost. You're going to get stamina and torpidity, recovery, and movement speed has increased. So that's the buff for this guy. You can run around with shift, obviously. If you press control, though, you can slow down and sort of creep along, which is pretty cool. That's a pretty unique feature. If you press C, you can go invisible, which then will put you into like the crawl position, and then you can go invisible, and you should be pretty invisible from enemies. Now there's the jump attack, so you can jump. So if you tap space normally, you'll do a jump. If you hold space, as you can see, you get this little arrow, and you can do a super jump, which is really useful. Now if you want to do the attack where you jump between creatures, let's find somewhere that has a few creatures. Here's the place with a few creatures. You can hold down your right click, and as you can see, we've got this, and it's, look at that. Anything in that bubble then just got shocked, so it gets a buff. The creatures sort of get shocked, so they can't move, and then you get a little bit of energy. Now as you can see, the bar at the bottom disappeared. That's what happens with this. As you can see, every time you use this attack, or you just attack creatures in general, the bar starts to go up, and that just makes it a little bit stronger when you use the lightning attack. Or the fast attack. So ready? I think it allows you to jump between more creatures. So we're going to do this again. As you can see, you hold down right click and it's just scanning the area. You go and do that and you just shocked some more creatures, which is pretty cool. Wait for it to recharge, and then we got 2 in that one. Bam bam, like that. That jump attack, it's awesome. So that is the male ShadowMane. Now the female ShadowMane has a slightly different attack. As you can see, it's missing one. So you've got the jump attack, you've got this attack, so you've got both of the jump attacks, and you've got the invisibility attack, like this. And that is the female ShadowMane. Pretty cool. Now to finish up this video, because it is getting quite long, we're going to look at the Stryders. Now right here I've got each Stryder with I think we've got all the attachments, to be honest. If you have a look at this one, it's got the radar rig, which a Stryder equipped with this rig can detect creatures within the radar range. And then this one, which is a shield projectile rig. Let's jump on this guy. So you've got the left click, just like a little legs up type move. You got your right click. The right click does the ability on your head. So as you can see, with the radar filter, we're going to turn it to humans, and you right click again. It's scanned, didn't find any humans. But if you hold down right click and go change to dinos, as you can see, it's done 6 scans. You've got a Thyla, an R-Thyla nearby, a Doadic. You've got some tech Stryders hanging around. And you can change it to both humans and that. So that has now done that one. So how do you do the other one? If you press C, so C is the other one. And as you can see, it's got a health of 2,000. So this one's got 2,000 for that. These things can harvest stuff. So as you see, we're just going to, some are better than others. But this one's harvesting some berries right now. So this one was the shield one and the radar. So to do each one of these attacks, you're going to right click for the one on the head, and you're going to press C for the one on its back. Let's quickly go through some more of these. I realize I'm taking forever. So on this one, you got the silence cannon rig. Equipped with this rig can suppress enemies with sonic attacks. And this one is the phase cannon. So we got a lot of the phase cannons, so we can quickly go through some of these. This one, if you press right click, you'll do the supersonic thing that should harvest them. And then if you see this arrow, this is your C attack. So if you're going to hold down C, you're going to shoot your plasma. Bam. Look at that. Super good. And then obviously you got to wait for it to come back. Now if you do this, you see that them creatures now got the supersonic effect, and it's going to make them a bit slower and hopefully just make you be able to get away. Then you can just shoot them again. Bam. He's also got your normal attack, like I said. I don't think this does much damage. Oh, it's doing 200 damage. It does more damage than the cannon. Well, what's the point of having a cannon? That's the cannon and the silence cannon rig, which is a Stryder equipped with this rig can suppress enemies. So it just suppresses enemies. The next one that we've got is another phase cannon rig, so we're not going to show that one, but it's got a pulse cannon rig on the head. So equipped with this rig can fire high rate plasma beams, and that is going to be the right click attack. So if you start shooting the right click attack, as you can see, you're just shooting these guys. It's like a minigun. It's going to be like an assault rifle, just spraying stuff out to the distance. And as you see, you've got some bullets on the side. It's got 102 bullets. It's going down with the energy, so that third little box is your energy. It's going down with that. If you stop shooting, it will start to replenish. And obviously, you've got your cannon, like I said before. This one has the radar rig head, but it does have a a tractor rig on its back. So let's go and try this guy out. A couple of enemies over here. We're going to click C to activate the attractor. We're going to do the radar right now. You can see health, stance, and all that. This is the next configuration. We have the extra excavator drill, and this one's got a cannon as well. So it's going to be your right click attack. As you can see, we just got a bunch of resources there. So whatever you're looking at, you're going to right click. You're going to get the resources from that, which is very, very good. This one for harvesting is insane. Look at the resources that we get in. Mega quick. And this guy's weight is completely full already, which is crazy. The last configuration that I've managed to find is this one. It's got the shield generator rig. So if you press C, you're going to create a shield around you. Just like this. And I'm not sure if it walks with you, to be fair. Oh, it does. Look at that. That's insane. So this is a shield generator. So as that shield one is just the front, this one is all around. And can walk, which is insane. Obviously, if you start to do damage, you'll lose out. But, I mean, that is great. Things to note with the Stryder, you can hold E on them and have a bunch of settings. You got disable battery charge. You can charge your batteries in them if you wanted to. You can set drains from batteries. I think the batteries just give it more power over time. Disable battery drain, disable battery charging. You can enable regrowing foliage when walking. So I guess it's so you don't destroy the whole area. Dedicated storage, so you can literally just transfer anything in this guy's inventory to a dedicated storage, which is insane. And then you've got harvest charge, which just keeps going up and down depending on what you've got. So that is the Stryder. These are all the creatures. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to hit like button, subscribe to become a Beanny. I'm super sorry this is mega long, but this is a full in-depth video on how all these creatures work. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.